Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Chris the Poolman. Um, Sorry I haven't been around for a bit. Just a lot of stuff going on, and wanted to catch you all up on my tank. And I wanted to really do like a whole progress by progress with my tank. Um, but unfortunately, yeah, I kind of been lazy on that. I've taken photos, but not very many videos. I didn't have anything high quality until such just recently. Um, Anywho, this is as you can see, the tank is from from the one video a month ago when I've it's basically all open light and white lighting to this now reef lighting and everything. It's a substantial difference. I'll go over everything that went over since then. Yeah, as you can remember in my prior video, the last setup with my tank when I had it running, I think I only had a few crabs, um, and daylight was going through the windows and all that good stuff, and I ended up having a really bad algae bloom, um, with which I had to decide to treat it. Well, I thought it was algae, and it ended up being cyanobacteria. So I had to do a whole slime treatment, and then come to find out, I just had to make some significant changes to better adjust my tank. So I ended up draping out. I mean, you can kind of see that one line to the right of the fish of daylight coming through. I just have to fix that at some point, but I've 98% of all the light in this room has been um, blotted out and blocked out, and I control the light. I am playing God. I also changed the light that I was using, and I ended up getting uh, what is this? A prime, a 16 pre. Oh gosh, it's a yeah, it's the Prime 16 HD Reef light. Um, because the light I was going, it was giving all spectrums at full blast, and not necessarily, we couldn't really tell if they were true spectrums or whatnot, but definitely a lot of white light. So I opted to go with a real true reef light, on the expensive side, around $250 maybe, I think it was, with the bracket and everything like that. um, but you could set a whole the time of day. It has the clock feature. You could have it turn on and it slowly dims, or brightens, depending on if it's the early morning or evening. You can just all adjust all the different spectrums, the blues and the UV and the red and green, as well as the white light. The biggest thing that was my problem is I had full blast white light, and if in a reef setting, you have to understand that these are shallow waters. They're pretty deep down, so white light isn't there. It's not present, and if it is present, it's at very very low levels. With that said, that's something that you just learn with the process. So now I can control the amount, and the amount is also something that I've been going with the battle lately. And it's pretty funny. Within like days, not even days, like the next day, you'll know how your light's doing and blah blah blah. Like I just had to slowly adjust the correct amount of white light until bacteria or algae wasn't really going crazy or anything like that. I still want algae to grow, considering I have a lot of animals and stuff that kind of thrive on algae growth. Um, so that. With that being said, uh, hmm, you can see I ended up putting a background on just the back side of my tank, which I feel is amazing. It hides the cabling, behind the tank, and it brings more contrast to, the front of the tank, what you actually want to see. You're not like seeing through it. I highly suggest that you do that. Plus, the nice little backdrop, it's like fake coral. Like, I don't really have any coral back there in there, but it looks like it, right? um, so that's definitely something that I I definitely changed. I definitely took out a lot of sand. I ended up having way too much in. It was suggested to me to remove a lot of it because I didn't need that much. So I definitely removed about like 5 to 7 pounds of sand from the bottom before I even started planting any of the corals. We'll start from right to left. In the far, far back right, you'll see like this little tiny green little bush. Again, this is something that I'm going on right now. I've had a really cruddy camera originally starting out with. I was using my GoPro and the quality was horrible. Then I eventually invested into this camera right here, which is the Brio. So maybe it'll do 4K, but I opted not to do 4K and I just do 1080, 60. 1080 at 60. And you're able to adjust it and everything, and it's the higher end web cameras or whatever like that, and you can see it does really well. I think the image quality is great, but you need crisper, and I really need more control of my light. I also need to be able to apply filters, and I also would like a lot of viewing angles and stuff. I want to get very good shots or close-up shots of my corals and stuff like that. It's very hard to do that now, or to make it look very natural. Like if I tried to zoom in with this webcam, all the saturation, the sharpness, everything will just go out of whack to what I have it set to right now. Whereas with the DSLR camera, or however, I think I'm going with the mirrorless. So I think it's actually not a DSLR, but anywho, with that being said, I can get sharper, pictures and stuff, and really, really be able to present my my tank. Okay, so on the right side in the far back, you'll see that little bush. It's like greenish. Sorry. I could be wrong, but hang on. If you guys actually want, what I'm going to do is we can actually, let's try and, I'm going to adjust. I can do all kinds of editing, but we'll just do this on the fly. I'll rotate my camera screen a little bit so I can actually see in my studio. I'm going to turn up my my volume on my microphone so I can go across the room and you'll be able to hear me. And what we can do is I'll actually am I able to fucking take this off? Can I take this off? Is the question. Whoa. Look at that. I mean, it's going to be kind of crazy. But let's do some chatting. Okay. So, what is it? Our first one is that little guy. I'm hoping you can see him. Sorry. That is back there. I think that was my green polyp. But I think I was told it was something else actually, and I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna get clarification on exactly what that is called, but I'll get back to you on that. That right there is my Kenya tree. Looks really awesome. I love it. It literally just looks like a tree. Just floating. Next on the list we can do the candy cane coral, or trumpet coral. Next up are these guys. These guys, I don't know if we'll be able to get it really good. But those are, I know the shaking. pulsating Xenia. You could see each one individually, like, see that? So cool. Next up on the list is this Jamaican. No, is it? It's the hair. I always think of like hair blowing in the wind. With this is a green star polyp, GSP, for short. And my two new ones, don't mind Jacques, look at him. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Are this, which these are clove polyps, I think they're called. And it's cool because what they do, I'm trying to hold this still. But it's like two different colors. You see that? Like they're green and they're kind of pinkish. Which I think is really neat. Like it's not just one universal color, like how that is just green. And lastly is this bad boy. And that thing is so cool. It is called a Rickordia yuma. It's from like the Indo-Pacific. And the clownfish. Hey guys. Alright guys. Back over. Here, we'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, so with all that being said, that's how it is. And the coloring, I can't explain it. I can't. That's why I need to get a better shot to actually be able to show you like that. That Rickordia yuma is orange, like it's orange as my clownfish are. The GSP and the trumpet coral and the star what the heck did I call it? Button polyp in the back, but I don't think they're button polyps. What are they? I think they might have been called clove. Like a clove polyp too, but I think they're like short-stemmed clove polyps, and the other ones I have on the left side are long-stemmed clove polyps. I think that's what it is. But anywho, they're very, very like neon, vibrant green. Crazy. Okay, I also have some snails. I ended up getting snails, and these guys, the Trocus snails, are work horses. They're always going. They're always eating. They're always doing stuff. And it's good. They can also right themselves. I've seen them many times where I'm just looking at my tank, and next thing you know, I just hear like a clank, and like one like fell off the wall or fell off. They'll climb on your fans and stuff, like the wiring, like everything. They climb all over the place. Really, really cool. I have some crabs in there, and they really helped with my hair algae problem, and now they're very big scavengers. They love to eat and pick at all the algae that grows around, which I don't have a tremendous bit, but when I feed, I feed a lot. I usually do. It's a full cube a day, Sometimes I've actually was told to do a little bit more because I think the last time we did my test, the phosphates were a little bit low. Um, so yeah, I had to add a second wave maker. You can actually see it in the screen. The other one is on the right, all the way on the right. You can't really see it because there's nothing over there. It's just out of the line of sight, out of the frame on the right side over there. And that's my more powerful one. Since it's more open on that side of the tank, it creates a lot more draw on the frontal side of the tank. I actually have everything on low. In the beginning, I did need to have it on high to kick up stuff, but once I kind of positioned everything where it needed to be and have it had enough cleanup crew, nothing has time to grow. Algae doesn't have time to grow. So I just really have it to create a nice circular effect. And, when I end up feeding my animals, when I feed them, you could see that the food stays in suspension for a very long time and just circles around the tank. Um, I haven't not upgraded anything in terms of the filtration. I still use the Fluval 207. The only thing inside that I did was, I think I removed I think I only use on the bottom of the tray. I use all the mechanical, two big long mechanical foams on the one main side, and then on the other side where you can put like your biomedia and stuff like that, those gray cartridges. Um, I got rid of the mechanical foam on the bottom and I use a poly blend on top of biomedia, and then I use biomedia in all the other ones as well. I don't use charcoal or any of that stuff out or anything like that. Basically, just surface area and the initial mechanical filtration and that polyfill whatever mechanical filtration. Otherwise, uh, tank stays crystal clear. Actually, haven't. This is the longest I haven't had to do a water change. I've been on top of my water changes every 2 weeks. Actually, it was getting kind of out of whack. Like a bit ago, like every 2 weeks, I was doing what, like 30% water changes. So like 10 gallons of water. I think I did 13 gallons of water one time. The last time that I did it, I only did 5 gallons, and then this time, 2 weeks after that, I don't need to do it again. Um, I do still add my distilled water. Everything's fine with that. I have to add some supplements. I only had to add it for a little bit. I actually have to lay off the alkalite supplement because my alkalite's good now. I think I tested at like a 10, so that's fine for what I'm I have in my tank and everything. Um, yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's come a tremendously long way, um, and I've learned a real lot. Um, and yeah, so thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions or anything, yeah, down below, and please subscribe.